Welcome to Shooting It Straight with Stan. I am your host, Stan, the Annuity Man, America's annuity agent, licensed in all 50 states. Today's topic is a good one. It's the reason you clicked, because you read it and you went, what? Ventilator annuity lifetime income. Yes, ventilator, like you're in the bed in the hospital and they got a ventilator on you. So I'm glad you clicked it, because the reason I did that is to get your attention so we can explain to you, I can explain to you, I guess that's my multiple personalities, what annuities are all about when it comes to lifetime income. I always say that there's no ROI, return on investment. There's no ROI until you die. It rhymes and it's good and it makes sense. You know, up until you die, it's a transfer of risk to the annuity company to solve for what's called in the business longevity risk. What's longevity risk? Good question. It's the fear of outliving your money. An annuity will pay as long as you are breathing, even if you are on a ventilator. And the reason this hit me, it's kind of sad, actually. Very, very, very good friend of mine. You know, he's a brother. I mean, just consider him a brother. His father is getting ready to pass away, and he had to get on a plane and go spend the last few days with his dad. Pretty sad, and he's sending me pictures, and we're keeping up with it. And it's just, you know, end of life's tough, man. That's the reason you got to live for the day. And I always tell people there's no U-Hauls behind hearses, which is one of my sayings. And the other is, you know, fly first class or your kids will. In other words, live for the day. But as you know, as we were talking, I had him on the phone, and, you know, it's emotional. And I was thinking, you know, if his dad's on a ventilator and live forever, the annuity, if he has annuities, I'm assuming he does, because his son is kind of a higher executive in the business. He's not on the ground floor like I am. He's in the ivory towers. Then they're going to pay as long as he's breathing, as long as he's on a ventilator. I would love to know, like, a case study of someone who unfortunately is in a coma and has a lifetime income annuity, and the family has decided not to pull the plug, as they say. Under the contract, the annuity company has to pay as long as they're breathing. It doesn't say in there if it's assisted breathing. Breathing's breathing. And the reason I think this is important is because with 11,000 baby boomers hitting age 65 every single day, lifetime income guarantees are more and more important. They're also more important because companies don't offer pensions. You have 401ks, accumulation type products, but less than 10% of private companies offer pension payouts. And the ones that are offering pension payouts aren't really good. You know, because we do those comparison quotes all the time. If you work for the government, state government, or a very good labor union, you might have a good pension, and good for you. You already have the best annuity on the planet, Social Security, which is the best inflation annuity ever. So you already have one. You might have two if you have a pension. But I want you to put the value on breathing. I put a value on breathing. I mean, if we're not breathing, we're dying, right? If we're not breathing, we're dead. But the annuity company says, we will pay you as long as you are breathing. No, it drives me crazy is when people are trying to look at lifetime income products. There are four major types in the annuity industry: single premium immediate annuities, acronym SPIAs; deferred income annuities, acronym DIAs, which are just immediate annuities that you defer; qualified longevity annuity contracts, QLACs, which are DIAs that you can use in your traditional IRA; and then income riders. All four provide a lifetime income stream. All four will pay as long as you are breathing. If you set it up joint life and it's joint with 100% survivor, as long as one of you is breathing. So if one of you dies, the income continues uninterrupted and unchanged for the second person. But breathing, if I was annuity czar for the day, and I should be, and maybe I will be one day, and if that happens, then things will change. I would have ads that run annuities breathing. If you're breathing, the annuity will pay as long as you're breathing. People understand that. Forget all the shiny things and upfront bonuses and all that nonsense and shiny things that agents fixate on. If the annuity industry would just say, as long as you're breathing, you're going to get paid. And we can structure that payment so that when you stop breathing and you die, then whatever money is left in the account goes to the beneficiaries. Let me say that again. We can structure it so that the annuity company is contractually obligated and on the hook to pay as long as you're breathing and on a ventilator. But when you pass, if there's money left in the account, it goes 100% to the beneficiaries listed on the policy, not the evil annuity company. So enough of that nonsense. But I'll never buy an annuity because the company keeps money when I die. Please stop talking. I'm getting dumber listening to you. Okay, I'm losing IQ when you say stuff like that. Don't say that, because you don't have to structure it that way. You can structure it so you can almost have your cake and eat it too. I love cake. Can't have it because of the sugars. But the point is breathing. I always make fun of it as long as you are breathing. But it hit me in a weird way, kind of a tragic way, when my friend's father is passing away. Boy, is he a tough hombre from Texas. Tough. Not taking any pain meds. Tough. Love it. But if he's on a ventilator, that annuity is going to pay. The benefit proposition of lifetime income is the word life. As long as you're alive, it's going to pay. I think as people, COVID was a wake-up call for all of us, but I think as people get older, they're going to look at income and the guarantees for income in a more favorable light. The fact that the annuity industry hasn't pounded this into the table, on the table, and made people think about annuity equals lifetime income, annuities equal breathing. Yes, there are other annuity types that do other things, but at the end of the day, when you go into chapter 2 of your life, you need income. You need an income floor, Social Security, rental income, dividend income, pension income, annuity income. The other thing too about lifetime income annuities, or annuities as long as you're breathing, ventilator annuities, however you want to talk. I might have to come up with ventilator annuities. Be a great brochure. When you think of it like that, it's pretty simple, the thought. And that's the way I need you to think about it. Now, obviously, we shop all carriers for the highest contractual guarantee. We lock in the guarantee. We take you through the application process. It's going to hit the bank as long as you're breathing. That income when you want it to start. And we can show you all the machinations and choices and carriers and all of that. And we can walk you through that in a very simple fashion. But what I want you to do is break it down even more simple than that. And when you look at your spouse and they go, why in the world are we buying an annuity? It's because you say, listen, even if we're on a ventilator, it's going to pay. Here's the other thing that is hard for a lot of us people out here that consider ourselves A personalities and IQ, have some IQ. There will come a time that we will not be hitting on all cylinders cognitively. I always say there's 3 phases to retirement: go, go, slow go, and no go, right? A lot of us are in go, go. The people that are in slow go, some of them think they're still in go, go, but they're not, and they're deteriorating mentally. But the good thing about turning on a lifetime income stream and transferring that risk to an annuity company to pay for as long as you're breathing and or on a ventilator is that it's turnkey. And there will come a point, if we live long enough, all of us, that we will need that income to be turnkey. Or if you're master of the universe, Gordon Gekko out there, that your spouse doesn't care about stocks or investments, you're going to have to set it up for them when you aren't hitting on all cylinders, because they don't want to do the stocks and the butterfly spread condor option strategies you're doing. Okay. So I got your attention here. I got your attention by saying the word ventilator, but I did that for a reason. Is so that you won't go down the analytical rabbit hole of trying to figure out, well, is a mutual fund or an ETF better than a lifetime income product? Garbage, apples and oranges. And I laugh out loud at some of the smart people that write articles. That I saw one recently. The guy on my podcast was like, is a QLAC a good deal? You damn right it's a good deal. If you live forever, it's a really good deal. But they are making the classic mistake of comparing it to investments, and if you'd have done this, and the hypotheticals and the projection. No. I did that in kind of a rhythm, if you caught that. It's about how long you're breathing. And even if it's assisted breathing through a ventilator, the annuity company will pay. Food for thought, oxygen for thought, breathing for thought, lifetime income for thought, transfer risk. It's real simple. Don't make it difficult. Go to my site at theannuityman.com. Schedule a call. You might get me. Wouldn't that be fun? Wouldn't that just be a hoot out there? Because you know I'm going to shoot it straight. As my grandfather said, you know, if you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything. That's our business model. Someone asked me the other day, what's your business model? Tell the truth. Sounds crazy, right? But it works. And that's what we do. Are we perfect? No, but we tell the truth. I mean, you can just bank on that all day long. And with that, let's get together next week. Same time, same place, same title, Shooting It Straight with Stan. I'm Stan the Annuity Man. See you next time.